and welcome to The One Show with Jason Manford.
And Alex Jones, and tonight a singer who's as cool as they come. A style icon who's been enchanting us with an unmistakable voice for almost 40 years.
And now the marriage vow is very sacred. The man has put us together now. You ought to make it stick together. No caring no more. Maybe I'm running while the sea on the tide. There's no way to turn. I didn't mean to hurt you.
It's Bryan Ferry! Lovely.
Well, I have to say, Bryan, you're pretty fashion forward. I mean, not many people could get away with a bow tie and a leather jacket, but you rock it.
I was just studying that. It's time for a revive of that one, I think.
Do you work with a stylist, or do you come up with those looks yourself?
I'm afraid sometimes I'm responsible.
It's hard being a style icon. I find it myself sometimes.
I know.
With these flowery shirts.
Tough.
A lot of people ask me, why do you wear them? A lot of times. I think they're cool. You know, often we get music stars on the show and we show the back catalogue and then we've got to talk about the new album and that. And often we're thinking, oh, we just like the old stuff, you know what I mean? But your new album is actually really good.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
I did my best, really.
We had listened to it today, and you must be happy with the reviews it's been getting as well.
Yeah, really. Yeah, thrilled, really, is the word. I mean, it's good to see a good set of reviews, and it's #1 in Belgium today as well. I'm very pleased.
Is there a lot of pressure when you've had those huge hits over the years and those tunes that are in people's minds? Every time you come to an album, you're thinking, oh...
Yeah, sometimes you're fighting your history, kind of. But this time, I wanted to do a good record, of my own songs, because I haven't done that for a while. The last album I did was Bob Dylan covers record, and, which was interesting to do. I always find that fascinating to take on other people's material, But this time I got more involved with the writing, and some of the things are collaborations, some of the songs with different people as well. It's nice to write with other people. And did one with Scissor Sisters, one with Groove Armada.
Yeah, some great
We'll
ones
talk
on there.
loads more about the new album, Olympia, a bit later on now.
Now, Bryan, your new album, which came out on Monday, you said in the past writing songs was quite a lonely sort of process and something you don't always enjoy. Is there something that drives you back to it each time?
Well, yeah, it's the main part of what I do, I suppose, really. I mean, songwriting is hard, but sometimes you've got to tackle the hard bits in your life, And, yeah, I mean, the biggest part of my career probably is the Roxy music history, and I wrote the songs, or most of the songs for that. And, yeah, I mean, I tend to write along, first of all, with the piano. The melodies are written on the piano, and that's the kind of solitary bit of what I do. And then I take a song into the studio, and then I'm working with all sorts of different people.
What's the process from coming up with an idea to when you first sort of play it? Is there somebody that you play it to first? Is there...
yeah, I'll probably play it to my producer or somebody, and now one of my sons maybe, and say, hey, what do you think of this?
Well, let's have a look.
But I always know if I'm going to develop it or not.
Of course.
Let's have a look at one of the songs from your new album. This is You Can Dance.
Okay.
Bryan, looking back at some of the Roxy music albums, there's quite a bit of a theme, I would say, of attractive ladies on the front.
Just one or two.
There they are, Stranded and For Your Pleasure.
And we've got Siren here in the end.
Is that something you thought about doing? You think? Oh,
well, yeah, I'm more comfortable behind the camera than in front of it. You might have noticed. Just squirming here. And when we did the first Roxy music album, it seemed right to design the cover, because I'd been to art college for 4 years, and that was what I was going to be before I got into music, get involved in painting, really. And so I thought, well, I'd design it. And I thought, since I came from a kind of pop art background at university, where Richard Hamilton was my teacher, who was England's leading pop artist. It seemed right to use some of what I'd learnt, you know. And so instead of having like the guys on the cover all looking kind of grumpy in a sort of back street, which was the fashion at the time, really, I thought, well, have something which relates to American advertising, you know, where they always would have a beautiful blonde, say, advertising a Cadillac or a whiskey or cigars.
Advertising.
And so we did the first cover.
You got Kate Moss on the cover.
And on the new cover, Kate Moss, which is, it's fantastic that she agreed to do it, and because she is like the great face of the last, you know, I don't know, 10 years in terms of glamour girls, cover girls, whatever. Yeah. And it fits the album really well. The album's called Olympia because that's where I work, in Olympia, down the road from me.
Oh, okay.
And given that title, I immediately thought of, oh, well, in the 19th century was this famous picture by Manet called Olympia. It showed a beautiful girl, rather like a kind of 19th century Roxy cover. Yeah. Basically.
Oh yeah, it was quite a shocking picture at the time, wasn't it?
Yeah, very modern it was, and quite a notorious picture.
Well, lovely. The album is out now, isn't it?
Fantastic.
Good luck with that. Now then, Bryan, we've been asking all our guests this week to choose whether it will be Chris Evans or myself. You know, be kind. Do you want to go to Chris or me? To be a sous chef with Gordon Ramsay.
Well, this is for my new friend, Alex.
Oh, that's nice.
Ryan! Now, we hear one of your toughest jobs was as a ceramics teacher in an all-girls school, was it?
Yeah, it was. It paid the rent. It was good. It was, gave me a chance to think. I was writing all my songs for the first Roxy album at that time. So it was a part-time job. So.
Is it one of those now when, you know, that you're in this great job, you know, is it when you look back and think, oh, that was a tough time in my life? Or...
That wasn't tough at all.
No, not tough at all?
I had tougher jobs than that.
Brilliant, brilliant. Now...
Bryan, you're performing up in Birmingham, aren't you, on the 31st of January as part of the Roxy Music Tour. Are you excited to be back on stage with the boys? Yeah,
we did some festivals this summer as a kind of warm-up for that. But that's quite interesting, playing festivals, because you play to different types of audience, you know, who come to see other bands as well. But these shows are going to be great, playing to our own fans. And so we're doing Birmingham, and I know we finish at the O2 in London.
And you do some big venues, O2 and the Arena in Manchester. And...
Oh, yeah, we're getting big now.
You're getting big now.
Yeah, it's good. I'm really looking forward to it, because, you know, it's a big part of my history, doing the Roxy things. And,
lovely stuff.
That'll be good.
Well, the tour starts very soon, and the album is out now. Thanks for coming in, Bryan.
Yeah,
it's
thanks
very
much.
Nice to see you.
On tomorrow night's show, we've got Dawn French, the Vicar of Dibley.
You couldn't actually be any more excited.
And don't forget, tonight is your last opportunity to nominate Chris or myself for the Grin and Bear It Challenge for Children in Need. Lines will close at midnight.
Head to the website for all the info, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.